All right. Well, I think I broke the C5 Z06 in the dumbest way possible. Let's roll the intro, get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I was hoping today would be more of a fun video, but long story short, I'm an idiot, and yeah, I broke the C5Z pretty good yesterday. I've had the car 4.5 years. At least a few times a week I take it to red line. I beat the shit out of it. It's a fun little car. It always takes it. This wasn't really a mechanical failure. This was my fault. Let me explain what happened real quick and I'll show you the car. So on rainy days, I live here in Hampton Roads, standing water. I think you know where this is going. On rainy days, I never drive a Corvette just because any of the roads here can have some water in them, especially if it's high tide, etc. Long story short, before going to work yesterday, I work in the evenings, afternoons. Gorgeous day. 75, sunny, not a cloud in sight. So I was like, cool, I'll take the C5 Z06, no big deal. Cruising to work about 6 miles from here, almost halfway to work. There's a two-way street, if you will, that's notorious for storm surge, or tidal surge, I guess, and especially when it's high tide. And it was king tide yesterday, and the ground was really saturated. Long story short, there's about a 30-yard swath of about 8-inch water I had to wade through. I didn't have a choice. I had cars behind me. I had nowhere to go. So I was just like, mother. I got through the puddle. I made it through okay. It is a bottom feeder. I know that. And again, I never would have done this if I wasn't stuck in this position. Yes, I know it's dumb. So I make it through, going a couple miles along. Hopefully everything's okay. I know it's on hydro lock because I'm driving it at least 5 miles past where I went through. So there's no water in the engine. Cool. So I'm about 3 miles from work at this point, and the whole dash starts lighting up. So I'm like, shit. I got a flashing check engine lights. It's stuttering. It wants to stall. It's just knocking, pinging. But however, my temperatures were good and all my oil levels were good. So I was like, cool. I can limp this thing along to work. And I'm trying to think, what the fuck could I have fucked up? There's not engine in the water because it would have froze the block. I get there, I start to think, what sensors would have got wet right away? Exhaust, right? O2 sensors. I'm assuming one of my 4 O2 sensors is toast. So last night when I got home, I limped the car home. It did make it. As long as I kept the car over 4 grand, it's fine. If you overcome that air-fuel mix ratio of the computer for certain RPMs, it was fine. So I had every light. I had to keep the revs up and just punch it all the way home. But even then, when I coast a little bit, it sounded terrible. Oh God, it was a nightmare. And again, I would not have drove it if it was overheating and the oil wasn't getting where it needed to go. So long story short, it was just pumping the cylinders full of fuel. The computer thought it was running very lean, so it was trying to compensate for that and smelled like fuel terribly. The pops and burbles all the way home were obnoxiously loud. I wouldn't be surprised if I got a few flames last night driving home in the dark. So I made it home. That was an adventure. I was stressed. Code reader, it had a misfire on cylinder 6, understandably. Typically, when you get a bad O2, you won't get that fault directly. You'll get symptoms of it, so that made sense. And looking at my voltages last night on my O2s, they were all over the place. So we'll take my live scan tool out to the car. We'll start it up. It's been 24 hours since I started it. This happened about 32 hours ago. I already ordered 4 brand new O2 sensors. Let the replacement O2 sensors for the C5 are suspiciously inexpensive. They're like $20 a piece. So I got a set of 4 just to be safe. So I'm gonna go start it up, let it get through its closed loop system. So we're just running just off the O2 sensors, see where it's at. If it's still all fuckered up, we'll be doing surgery probably Friday. We're bringing it in and taking all the O2s out, putting new ones in. Hopefully that fixes it. If not, we'll just keep going. We'll keep reading codes and get it fixed till it gets fixed. So I'm just kind of making a video just in case this might have happened to you at some point. Now you know what to do. So I'm fairly certain the car is on hydro locked. Again, I drove it quite a while. Everything moves. It's just the ECU doesn't know how much fuel air mixture to send to the cylinders. I'm pretty sure. See, I think the exhaust coming out is like 400 degrees, right there at the headers. And you cool it down like that, and water intrusion, it'd probably fuck them all up. So that's where we're at. So we'll go to the car. I'll start it, let it idle, let you guys hear it. I mean, hopefully it's better tonight. It'd be great if I go out there right now and I look like a liar and everything's great. That'd be great, right? but I'm also a realist. I know it's probably still gonna be all messed up. So yeah, I'm gonna quit talking, let's go to the car. So I know on occasion O2 sensors can get wet and they can dry out and then they can work. That'd be great. In this instance, now you can see all the water. I probably can't see it, but it was like brackish water. All last night I was spraying all underneath it with my hose for about an hour, trying to get any kind of corrosion out of the wheel wells and underneath the engine, all that crap. It's always something, man. Again, I have no idea what's gonna happen here. No idea at all. But I'll tell you what, going through that water for about 4 seconds, I was like, man, I just destroyed this car. I'm gonna hydrolock it. I was like, oh, I had a good run. All right, it's a little rough to start there. Honestly, it's idling pretty good right now. That's how much gas I wasted last night, just going about 20 miles. It was totally full. So I know it was just dumping fuel into the cylinders, trying to overcompensate for the issue. All right, let me see how it sounds outside the car. Honestly, that sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna put the phone down. Let me go for a drive around the block. Let me see if I get any more engine lights to come on. All right, got a little belt squeal. It is missing again. Oh, it's missing bad. So I'm just gonna go up the street here and it's about right there and turn around. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, yeah, it's starting to sound like shit now, like a tractor. I got a belt squeal. It's idling bad. That tells me it's also an O2 sensor. But again, my temps and all my pressures are good. So it's just a starving piston for fuel somewhere. All right, let me see what's going on here on the scanner. Oh, I didn't clear anything last night, but it doesn't find any codes. Interesting. Again, another reason why another reason why it's probably O2, because O2s typically don't give you a code. All right, there we go. All right, fuel systems 1 and 2, closed loop. Why is this thing so hard to... there. Yeah, right here. Bank 1 downstream. What is that? That's downstream, right? It's been a while since I fucked with this, but that's for 99%. I think it's just dumping fuel. So, man. Yep. Yeah, these things are just fried. So yeah, O2 sensors should fix me right up. It'll be here Friday. Oh, weird, it just kind of fixed itself. I don't know if you can feel that. This is still showing erroneous. But I don't know, the engine did something funny where it just kind of cleared up. In any case, I'm not gonna drive it no more until Friday, so I get my O2s in. Funny, it does sound a little better. It's still a little rough, but it sounds a little better than it did a second ago. God, it's so weird. It's always something, man. Ooh, man, you can't smell it. I just turned the car off, but it smells like a little gas station right now. Ooh, it is strong. Woo. All right, so there's where we're at. I guess it could be a lot worse. And I guess this is content. I guess this is a good little tool to have, this little iNova thing. 5210, I got this at, Advanced Auto a few years ago. It's a good little tool. It's like $100. It's good to have. And it gives you really good live data. It's not quite HP tuners, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, so part 2 of this will be Friday night, where yeah, we'll take all the sensors out. It's really easy to do. Put new ones in and hope for the best. Again, if it's still bad for that, we'll just keep going down the list and diagnosing this guy, but we'll get it. I've never had anything I haven't been able to fix. We'll fix this too. Always something. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I'll see you Friday night for hopefully the fix. Till then, take care. Work out.